It's a world class.
No, I won't classify Son as world class. Don't come.
I think I'll go with Harry Kane. I'll start Harry Kane.
Okay, on bench.
Harry Kane. On bench, I will have Suarez. I think I have to sell Aguero. Man,
Why is everybody selling Aguero?
You can't have an athlete man on your team. But the worst fan base football has ever seen. The worst is the one that was groomed by Sir Alex Ferguson. Manchester United fan base. So this from my personal experience. You see Manchester United fan base.
They are not waking up.
Bro. Like anybody will just watch TV and they support Man U.
Hello, wonderful guys. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the podcast, Discuss Football with Kenny. And of course, we asked and you answered. Last week, we threw a question to the fans that if you know the player who has won the Champions League with 3 different teams, just tell us the answer. And of course, we have our winner, who is Adekombi Williams. So a big congratulations to you. And of course, before the end of the podcast today, we're going to throw out the fans question as well. And let me introduce the crew to you. I've got Azan. Your team won against Everton. Congratulations, we are coming to that. And Prosper Westman, Kayavat guy. Kai baby. And of course, my name is Kenny, and we had a lot of wonderful games over the weekend, and that's Man City game. They drop points to yet another big team. I know it's not something that people are really talking about, but if you look at their season, this is another big team that they have dropped points again, and they are going to a Tottenham game. Although I know Tottenham are not in the best shape right now, but City are not used to losing these big games. They are always getting points from big games. They've lost to Arsenal. They couldn't beat Chelsea. They couldn't beat Tottenham. And I think Man United, that was the only bit. And not that Man United performed woefully in the game. So what's going on at City?
I feel the giant killers might be slowly coming to an end. But then again, you know how tricky City can be. They get this slow start, and towards the middle of the season, they peak. But I feel one essential member of their team is actually missing. It's not Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay.
It's General John Stones. Because in the absence of John Stones so far, Rodri, forget his goals, he hasn't been Rodri. Even the goal against Liverpool, the goal Liverpool scored, you could see how Gravenberch just
glided past him.
I don't know if you get.
Yeah.
But there you can be seen Akonji in that position. You can see every other player in that role. But in that City backline, there is nobody as technical as John Stones. Others might try to fill in, but you can never get that John Stones. And I feel to an extent they've missed Ilkay Gundogan. That clutch man, that man of the moment, that man that can step up at any time, that man that can take the bull by the horn. But I just feel, even in as much as I feel they are deceiving us, I feel there's still something missing in City game. And
Jeremy Doku had a good game, but do you think his decision making actually cost City the game? Because at the point it looks like City should be getting a proper win in the game. Do you think there are some moments where Jeremy Doku didn't put in the proper decision? He didn't make the proper decision.
Well, on watching the match, I felt like Guardiola gave some tactical instructions to Doku.
Okay.
Because that was not the same Doku we saw from the beginning of the season. Doku has always been that direct player. Even Guardiola was praising him that now we have a winger. But you could see traces of Jack Grealish during the match. Just pass, go back, face, that kind of thing. It wasn't like it was creating. Fine, it was creating, but it's like there's something wrong with the final third of City. Because it's not always about Haaland alone in the final third. It's always about Alvarez, about Bernardo Silva. And you have to notice in the game, Alvarez or Kawaka, they were making crosses from the other end. And by the time it comes to the box, Silva is dodging the ball and expecting Doku to be
on the blind side.
On the blind
spot. That's one of the hardest football to defend.
Doku is not even at that position, which I feel like maybe it's like a tactical instruction. Because I was wondering, you have Arnold, you are attacking one of the weakest not like he's a very.
He has defensive deficiencies very well. Yeah.
But I don't know why Doku, you're facing Arnold and you're deciding, let me turn back, let me pass the ball back, let's keep it simple.
Yeah.
So
do we think it's a kind of, I think Liverpool actually did that to perfection, because anytime Doku is on the ball, they are always doubling up on tripling up on Doku just to protect Halaand.
This has been one thing that's killed the fun in football of late. There are too many tactical instructions. You see, the wingers like Doku are those guys you put on the pitch and tell them, go preach the gospel.
Yeah,
exactly.
Express yourself. Do what you like. But when you play for a Pep Guardiola, you play with restrictions. You can't express yourself to the player.
Yeah.
If Jack Grealish was fit, I expected Jack Grealish to start that game 101%. I don't know if you get. I never expected Doku for such a game. So that was why you could see that little trait of Jack Grealish trying to. But bro, you are facing Trent Alexander-Arnold, who you beat past over 5 times, and there was nothing really efficient from your position. So he, like Pep said a long time ago, that he still has a lot of work to do. He still has a lot of polishing.
I think a Jack Grealish would have been more efficient that very day than Jeremy Doku, because last season Jack Grealish won the man of the match. They were trying to create overload on the one side, get Jack Grealish in a 1v1 situation with Trent over and over again, and Pep was trying to do that thing, trying to pounce on that Liverpool weakness in the back line. Everybody knows his strength.
Yeah.
So 41% of their attack came from Doku's channel, and there was nothing to show for it.
Even when you check the percentage, you see, I think as at first half I was saying 40, like the majority of the percentage was on Doku's side.
Was on Doku's side.
Foden,
yeah,
or anything, because there was that overload. You know, when they overload the side, they are going to Doku,
and eventually there was nothing to show for it. In fact, the XG shows that City only had 1.3 XG and Liverpool 0.7 something XG. Again, so you know the game was somehow.
And then again, Alisson, what the fuck was that?
I
can't accept that from somebody I call the best goalkeeper in the world. That is one of the biggest game of the season for you.
Yes, I think he was not in his right frame of mind. I don't know, maybe it's a kind of psychological thing when he's playing against City. There was a time, I think that was during COVID. Quite all right, it's explainable. He just lost his dad back then. He was making some tactical blunder. I think it led to 2 goals, some individual errors. It led to 2 goals. Liverpool lost the game 4-1 at Anfield. That's very Saturday. No, Alisson was not. There is always this debate between Alisson and Ederson. Yes. But I think Ederson showed him class in distribution.
Now there was something I noticed. Pep is a tactical genius. Mm-hmm. When it comes to his build-up, that is back 3. He brings in Ederson to become an LCB, left centre back. And then there was something I spotted it about 4 to 5 times where Bernardo Silva beats his runner, because I noticed Klopp wants his players to press high on the pitch and choke City from that final third. But when you bring that extra man in, it gives you a +1 advantage. Now that leaves Liverpool make them lose focus, and somebody going to track Ederson, which now gives space for Bernardo to receive the ball. Severally, that thing would have hurt Liverpool a lot, and that's where that's my issue of your number 6. Also, it's really affecting Liverpool, because you can't really get away with this often.
Yeah,
I remember during the last podcast, I told you that Man City are not that the City we actually feel they are, because Manchester United played them, and I saw that there were glimpses of, no, this is not City. It was so poor, but because it is City, just get the result. But now we are seeing it from Chelsea to Liverpool, they are not getting the result. And you start seeing that what is actually happening. Is it the De Bruyne that is not in the team, or is it because of Stones?
The thing is, you can't make a case for Kevin De Bruyne, because even there was a point last season where KDB was out, and they never felt it.
And I think if we look at it, although we respect them that these guys are treble winners, I think they're in a period of a little bit of transition, because they lost some key players. You have Riyad Mahrez who left, Gundogan left. Kevin De Bruyne is just like he doesn't exist this season. So there are some key members, and you have new guys. Jeremy Doku is there now. You have Matheus Nunes, you have Kovacic. Yeah, and for a long time they haven't had an explosive winger like Jeremy Doku. So I think it's a little bit of kind of transition, trying to move away from some kind of tactics that we have been using before. Pep is always innovating new things.
It's a trick, because if you follow City's process, every season there's a refresh.
There is always refresh.
So during the beginning of the season, they have this slow start, which give them just all they do is let's just keep getting the points, be closer to the title charge. Then from February, March,
they are another breed.
They become a different dog entirely. They become the English Galacticos, and you begin to ask yourself, what is happening? Was this the City I know? So I feel like the loss of Gundogan might affect them in the long run. It might actually affect them in the long run.
And talking about that loss, Chelsea, it's just like going on a journey. 2 steps forward, one step backward.
1 step forward, 2
step backward. What's going on with Chelsea? I saw the game. It was a woeful and a shambolic performance.
Even
a very terrible one.
It as their worst performance.
A very, very terrible performance. I am happy Reece James actually buttressed my point. I said it on an episode of the podcast that this guy is overrated. But he is overrated. Some people think I have an agenda against him. No, I don't have an agenda against him.
When he picked up the first yellow card, even the commentator made a statement. He said, this shouldn't be what you should be picking a yellow for as a young captain.
As a young captain of the team.
It might come back to hurt you going forward. You are that winger where, and you are that defender where the biggest advantage of Reece James has been his body.
His body, yeah.
Yes, yeah, he has that physical. Yeah. So due to that you might go into challenges where you would get yellows and all of that. And you went ahead after the referee blew the whistle. You went ahead and just kicked the ball and picked up a stupid yellow. Then you went on to get not even Reece James, Thiago Silva.
I was disappointed.
Very disappointed.
There are some players who just underperform, and you can't even criticize them because of how well they've come through for the team. But for a player of his quality,
he shouldn't be doing that.
I feel like on seeing the lineup for Chelsea, there's one player in that team that ghosted the match that we did not notice, and it's affected how they played in the middle of the back. That is Ugochukwu. The guy was nowhere to be found, whether the first half or even when they came back in. I was wondering, where are you in he can't even match up with Joelinton, can't match up with Bruno Guimaraes. I was wondering.
The thing is, then again, EPL are just not considerate. You get, because if you take back to the Man City Liverpool game, you could see Alvarez was completely not in the game.
Yeah.
Caicedo or many of these South American players just came back from South America. They had a 12 hours, most of them even more than 12 hours. The minimum is 12 hours flight coming down to England. And even Pep said, I think a few of his players had just 10 minutes training before the game. I don't know if you get. Now, you expect a team to put up a lineup just a day after. This period, I think the league are not even considerate enough, because when I saw the lineup and I saw Caicedo, where is Caicedo? Then I was like, okay, flight lag and all of that. But you can't come up against a Newcastle who are the best physical team in the league.
They are so very aggressive.
You start Ugochukwu.
They are so very aggressive.
But then again, considering the issue of international breaks and stuff like that, the issue of Chelsea is not actually international break. Most of their players are not even going for international breaks. Look at Reece James, look at Thiago Silva, look at
Raheem Sterling,
look at
I felt
Nicholas Jackson.
The point I'm coming from is, if he had started Caicedo instead of Ugochukwu, he would have given them probably an edge. I don't know if you get, but due to the South American fight lag and all that,
I think it's a kind of, as a manager, he just tried to adapt to Newcastle tactics. Newcastle have this tall powerhouse in Joe Linton. So you need someone who is going to definitely win duels. I can't just feed Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, these guys are just like 5 feet. So they won't win any duel. So I understand him going for Ugochukwu, who is a little bit taller with better body frame. So I think it's actually boomerang at the end of the day, because that was a very, very shameful performance.
Honestly, I don't know what to say, because I'm not a Chelsea fan, but if you've been following this podcast, I've been one of the biggest advocates of Pochettino. I've been praising his work and all of that. But then another person that ghosted, Palmer. No penalty, no Palmer. Another person that ghosted in that game was Palmer
agent.
But then again, I would just give them a benefit of doubt, and I would say, let me see what they will do in their.
Do you think it's a little bit of wake up call? Sometimes
most times you need a reality check. Most times you need a reality check. I said
it during the last one. I said Chelsea are not back.
They are not
back, because look at Nicolas Jackson. You see the kind of players they are fielding, and you wonder what type of players are you actually fielding in a Chelsea? We know what Chelsea represents. You understand? But you are seeing Nicolas Jackson. I can still say for Ryan Sterling or maybe Enzo, but the chemistry of that team is just not there. It's just eventually you see, that is why you eventually see someone like Silva committing those kind of errors.
And I even thought they would pounce on Newcastle's injury crisis, because Newcastle fielded a boy of 17 years old. That boy gave the assist for the boy. Chelsea didn't do well enough. And talking about those teams that didn't do well, Xavi Hernandez again.
Somebody will say, a very popular face on this podcast will say, now injury we get. We know they do. Bro, come on, man. Xavi needs to start doing better, honestly. I
don't expect you dropping points against Rayo Vallecano, who are 10.
I said it's not tactically sound. Like, I'm not saying it authoritatively. From my opinion, I'm not saying the tactics.
And I think last season when he won the league, I think it was a little bit of, Real Madrid are not really dear last season.
And even the Real Madrid Liga itself.
And you see a lot of 1-0 result last season. A lot of 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
At the point, I want to start calling Xavi the Spanish Frank Lampard, because, bro, like, the quality of the squad he has is not tallying with the results. Like, from the past 7 games of Barcelona, you could see they are struggling to get results. Most of them, you have to come back. Most times, you get the 1-0 and you just have to, like, I expect so much better from him, honestly. But then again, we've talked about Barca's issue over and over again, and then.
And there is a boy that I think they are overusing right now. Neymar. There is something about Pep Guardiola I love very well. He knows how to integrate his young stars into. Don't just put this heavy load. A team like Barcelona, Yami Lamar is obviously not Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
A team like Barcelona is a very big team. That's so much responsibility putting on the shoulders of a very young boy. I don't see what Yema is doing on the pitch for 70, 80, 90 minutes sometimes, and consistently. Look at what has happened to Gavi now.
Pedri.
Look at what has happened to Pedri. These guys, you are bringing them into the first team, putting them under a lot of pressure.
It speaks about the situation of the club generally. You just know Barcelona, not just that Barcelona we
used to know.
No, you can't say, because you have good wingers on the bench. You have a Rafinha, who we all know, even if he's most times a very funny person, but we know his quality on the ball. I don't know if you get a player like Yamal. Don't get me wrong, is for his age, what he's doing is exceptional. But for a team like Barcelona, these are players you integrate 70, 80 minutes.
Those are players that should be starting Copa del Rey, the Spanish King Cup.
Just like Guardiola, they have a boy in the City squad this season, Bob Oscar. Pep usually brings him on when he has gotten that comfortable win. I don't know if you've gotten that 3-0 win, 2-0 win. I don't know if you get, when the game is a comfortable, you bring him in little by little, bit by bit. He gets used to the system and the culture. Look at Gavi. He just into the first team and he's out.
He's out. Now
the case of Pedri, the same thing. Now Yamal, I'm very sure I can categorically tell you that Yamal will be starting in Euros for Spain next summer.
That's what I'm saying, like the situation of the club, meaning when you look at the midfield as an example, they have a De Jong, but it's not like they don't have the finances to actually get the quality of player we actually know. normally we know they get most of their players from La Masia.
Yeah.
Like the midfield especially. Barcelona is not really known for a team to produce wingers.
Yeah.
So you get, but you see that their midfield is always very
very
but
fruitful.
we've seen Pedri, Gavi, the workload is too much. And at the same time, the coach is not even helping the situation at all. But then again, I feel like I don't even like Barcelona is not really a team I'm really paying attention
to. I won't be scared if my team should come against the Barcelona in the Champions League.
No, definitely.
I won't be.
No. They don't pose a threat to any European big European power.
They played Manchester United last season, home and away, and you know what happened.
They don't pose a threat, and even I think Real Madrid has demolished them this season already.
Like Xavi is just for a league that looks like a 3-horse race right now. If you have to include Atletico de Madrid, it's a 4-horse race. You have Girona, Madrid is dead. You have Atletico de Madrid, and you have yourself. There are little points you shouldn't be dropping.
You should not be dropping. Not even against a team who is sitting 10th in the table. And just look at a team like Aston Villa. I've been so impressed this season. Definitely. I have been so impressed. What Unai Emery has done, I think it deserves a lot of credit. I dove my cap for him. Yeah. Just under a year, he got them back into Europe, and they are playing some very wonderful football. Everybody looks happy. You have Douglas Luiz, who is looking very sharp. Watkins is doing very well. His XG is now very up there. You have McGinn doing so well.
Kamara.
When you have Kamara, their squad, they have a very good squad.
Very good. You see, Yuri Tillemans is back to the Yuri Tillemans we used to know. You know,
their recruitment structure was a very beautiful one.
From
when Emery came in, he came in. He wanted the Barca sporting director,
Almeni.
I don't know if you get. He wanted him. That's to tell you a club which has a vision and a direction. But do I expect them to make the Champions League cut? No. But if it should get them to Europa this season, it would be a beautiful thing.
And a step in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly.
And look at that Pau Torres too, you know.
Pau Torres, Diego Carlos from Sevilla. Lucas Digne, you have Matikash, you have Kamara. Right now, somebody that is not even in the squad, Ramsey. That youngster Ramsey, when he comes back,
Kevin Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey, rather.
You have Leon Bailey on the bench. You have so many.
They have this guy too that they signed from Leverkusen.
Leon Bailey,
yes. And Diaby.
They have this beautiful squad. Their recruitment structure is beautiful.
And the fact that they lost their captain, their star man Tyrone Mings to a knee injury, and it didn't affect them. You know, a lot of teams will be like, we lost our star man, we lost the rock in our defense. That's why we're conceding stupid goals. No, it's not them. They have managed every injury situation very well. Losing Diego Carlos to losing Tyrone Mings. You know, they have dealt with it very well. And should I ask you guys a question? Do you think that they're the new dark horse in the English Premier League? Do you think that they can face any big team in the English Premier League?
Well, I'm not really sure that the true dark horse currently. I'm still not convinced yet, because I watched the match against Tottenham. Because remember I said there was this Tottenham Wolves match, and towards the ending I saw the intensity. If there was that intensity from Aston Villa towards the end of the game, Tottenham would have gone down. You know, Tottenham is an all attack team. But towards the ending, I was seeing that tiredness, I was seeing that reservation. You know, if Tottenham had the quality of players, like if not for injury, you would have seen a Tottenham comeback as at that day. But kudos to Douglas Luiz and all the players they have. I think there's something there, but you know, this the first half of the season, and sometimes we should not get carried away by just little performances. Although they are very warm and encouraging performances, but then again, as the league keeps going, we keep getting to know which team is actually. But Aston Villa are fine. I feel like. But to me, I'm still not convinced.
So what's your expectation for them this season?
Well, I'll go with probably top 10, but not top 4. Top 10, but not top 4.
How about you?
I feel as the league takes shape, they would fall in place to where they belong. But I expect them to qualify for Europe. And I think they're in the Conference League.
Yeah, they're in the Conference
League. So I expect them to get to at least the semi-final, even the final of the Conference League.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the type of manager they possess, Unai Emery. We all know the kind of manager when it comes to European competition. So I feel like
So let's talk about acrobatics. Garnacho. I think Wayne Rooney will be very proud of that.
No, Cristiano Ronaldo.
He's a Ronaldo boy.
No, there's something about when you're a Ronaldo boy. Definitely,
they are making out. They are making out.
No, you see how this type of player, they tell you who is your GOAT. You see it in their game that okay, Ronaldo. I'm not saying anything about Messi, but you know when you follow the greatest.
Go of the season for you.
I saw a couple of beautiful goals yesterday. I saw Sadiq Umar. I saw Greenwood during the weekend. But yeah, considering the angle and the fact that it was very, very far from the post, I think I'll give that Puskas. We are going for Puskas next season.
Puskas. Goals like that don't come often. It might just be the best goal he would ever score in his career. Those are once in a blue moon kind
and
of
he even said he didn't know he put the ball in the net.
I immediately lifted up and I was like, why are you jumping up? But eventually
when he lifted, I knew. When he lifted, I knew in me that's a goal. I don't know if you get. When he did that, I knew in me.
And the funny thing is that I wasn't watching the game. Okay, I think I was outside doing something. All of a sudden, it felt like there was an earthquake. I just heard the loud celebration. You know, football fans. I just heard the loud celebration. I was like, "What? Somebody just scored an acrobatic."
Because even if you are a fan or an opponent, you just have to.
You just have to applaud those moments.
Those type of moments don't come. You can remember the Ronaldo moment. The whole Juventus fan had to stand to
applaud. I think we have a Premier League goal of the season already.
Not really. The season is you still have about 25 games to play for.
We're still in November.
Are you going to see something as beautiful as that?
You might. It's football.
And you know,
it's football.
You know Premier League.
You know there was this last 2 seasons there. Mohamed Salah scored a goal of the season against Manchester City. He scored it in November. The season ended. There was no better goal.
It's football. You never can decide from now.
You
have about 25 games to play, and there's still a lot to happen. I've seen some decent, beautiful goals also this season.
It takes 25 overhead kicks like that before you can get a perfect one.
Till then, time will tell.
So Scrabble challenge. Let's get into it.
I'm back again with my red jersey.
So let's see if the king of Scrabble challenge will maintain his crown, or they will steal the crown for the butler. The butler will steal the crown from Prosper. So the first question from the Scrabble challenge, you guys should.
I think I said it first.
Who said it first?
I said it first.
My ear bank. I think I'll give it to Azar. So
as you know, I do give him a head start. So
no problem. Today's a good day.
So this is the next question on Scrabble Award.
Konate.
Azan is back for the crown today, man. Azan is back for the crown. Okay, let's see if you will get this third one right. So, which player is this on Scrabble that?
Zinchenko.
2-1.
Hammer.
2-1.
Oh my God.
Prosper is coming back for the crown. Okay, so which player is this? Let me see. This is a little bit tricky. Which player is this? That's a little bit tricky, a bit.
Caicedo.
3-1. Man. That's what's up. That is what's up. Azan is ready to take
the long run with them.
King of Scrabble challenge. Okay, let's see if we are going to have if we are going to give you your crown. So on Scrabble that. That's a little bit tricky, a bit. Take your time to Scrabble the word. Let's see if we are going to give Azan his crown.
I know. I know this name so bad.
Let's see. Let's see if we are going to give Azan his crown, or we'll just name him that. Okay, you are the king. A king without a crown. I'm sure you want a crown as a king. Or Scrabble that. So
what's going on?
I can't.
Okay, a clue is a Belgian player. That's a very big clue I've given you guys. The person you are to Scrabble, his name is a Belgian player. The person you are to Scrabble, the name is a Belgian player. So I'm going to just give you a 10 seconds countdown. which
Why is
starts
his name looking so cunning?
now. 9, 8, 7,
Delima.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
None of them get it. Azan, I'm sorry, we are not going to give you the crown. We're just going to name you the king. A king without a crown.
3-1.
Stay 3-1. A king without a crown. That says Simon Mignolet.
Wow.
It is Mignolet. So, so we have a new king of the Scrabble challenge. We have taken the crown from Prosper. We're not gonna give you crown because you know you will finish.
You know finish.
So we could just name out.
It's a rig election.
Inconclusive election. Let's go to something very serious about your team, Azan. Eric Ten Hag. You know, is another big player, another senior player in the United squad. The list is now piling up. Ravi Varane and Eric Ten Hag. I think this is going to cripple the dressing room more because, you know, at a point it will kind of give arrogance to players. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo, who he has dealt with at a point. You've got Jadon Sancho, and right now it's Ravi Varane. What's going on with this guy Eric Ten Hag and his senior players? Hazan, you're a Man United fan. Give us an insight. What's going on? Why is he always having these issues with big players, senior players?
So I'm going to start with the fact that they are underrating the manager himself. You see, when we go to other clubs, you don't see... When Arteta started his Arsenal managerial career, you can see he started with... He was so sure of what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
He took out Aubameyang, you know, this Leno and stuff. Like, even people had to say, like, what's going on? So, concerning Eric Ten Hag, I know he has his parts. I know he's a very, very...
ruthless manager.
Ruthless, stubborn or arrogant type of manager. But let's not forget that when we look at the players he's having issues with, you would see a particular pattern. Let's start with the Cristiano Ronaldo one. Concerning Cristiano, yes, he was not available for pre-season. Even when the season started, you could see that Ronaldo was not really... I'm not saying like Ronaldo, but you know, the manager already has his mind. Let me just see what I can see from here. But he was not too sure of Ronaldo being that main man for him, considering that eventually you would have to come up with another striker at the end of the day. But as you can see that the interview did not help the case of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah,
it was only the case of the interview. Probably, and from the interview you get that Ronaldo said he did not respect him. You understand? Because he felt like the type of player that I am with my achievements, and he's looking at the manager like, what have you done in your
life? Do you think him coming out publicly to criticize his players is a very good method? Because I saw him addressing that Ravi Varane issue that right now Maguire is doing.
Let me add to it. If you have to talk about pattern, you would notice something. It's this. He has issue. Most of the players he has had issue with are the highest earners at Man United.
Okay.
Jadon Sancho, Varane, which even he came out and said he is tactical. We know what we should know by now. And then you saw CR7, and now it's looking like Casemiro might be the next scapegoat. I don't know if you get. I feel like the case of Ten Hag is, if you demand respect, you should also give respect. Respect, as the Englishman said, is reciprocal. I don't know if you get it. Yeah. So I feel like he wants to do something, but it goes the wrong way about it. There are ways you address people. There are ways you pass your message to players. I don't know if you get. Like Ronaldo stated, Ten Hag does not respect him, and he can't reciprocate the same energy. I don't know if you get. You see the managers, the likes of Jurgen Klopp. You see the likes of Pep Guardiola. There's a little story where I came across online where Guardiola disrespected Phil Foden. He disrespected Phil Foden on the pitch, and immediately after the game, Phil Foden stood outside the dressing room door and approached him that the way he spoke to me the other time, I don't like it. Next time, don't try it. don't try that with me. And Guardiola immediately apologized.
Yes.
That is where you bring your ego down as a manager.
Even there was a, sorry to cut you, there was a footage, I think it was last season. Pep Guardiola is always demanding.
Yeah.
I think he was having a go at Kevin De Bruyne on the pitch, and Kevin said, "Shut up."
It was the semi-final.
It was
against Real Madrid.
Shut up. Shut up! You talk a lot. So he shut up.
I just feel like in the case of Ten Hag, he needs a little bit of media orientation, because bro, this is England, and you coach one of the biggest
club in the world. The biggest team in England, by the way.
Well, to actually buttress on what I've been saying, just like I'm trying to put on Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, you can say the case of maybe highest earners. I don't really think it's that case. Don't there's this thing about if you are earning that much, put in the performance. You can see the situation of the team. We are not improving. The style of play is not improving. So what is happening? Sancho, you can look at Sancho. I look at Sancho earlier this season. Look at him last season. I can't really pinpoint important positions he's having in the team, whereby if Sancho is not in the team, maybe something is actually going on. So therefore, when you look at Sancho, Varane, Christian, the case of Varane, I already said something about Erik ten Hag. I know he's a very stubborn man, but you see the type of situation United is in. We are in a mess, a very big mess, and it needs that kind of strong hand. When Solskjaer was our manager, you remember people were like, he was too soft on the players. Now we have a manager that can actually...
Let me come in. Since Sir Ferguson left, United has always clamored of the case of indiscipline. You get me? Now, this has been a manager that has brought that little light of discipline into the dressing room. But there are ways to go about it. I don't know if you get. There are constructive ways.
And you know that in a team, there is this status for everybody. You have the team leaders, you have influential players in your dressing room. I don't think you should be doing that to a team leader. They are just like maybe 4 or 5 in teams. You have team leaders in the dressing room, you have players who are influential, and you have the other players. I think it will be like it if he keeps doing that with senior players. Those senior players, they have carcass, they have younger players looking up to them. I think it's going to be like a ripple effect, something that's going to affect the whole dressing room at a point.
Let me buttress on what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that maybe he could have approached it in a better way, but when we look at it, what is actually happening? Let's look at the case of Varane as an example. Varane, I have a particular stat here as an example. He said Varane, we have from beginning of the season 90 minutes. He played 90 minutes. He was fully fit against Wolves. Against Spurs, he was available. He was injured against Forest. He missed Arsenal because of injury. He missed Brighton because of injury. He missed Bayern because of injury. He was not fully fit to play against Burnley. He played 61 minutes against Palace. 7 minutes against Palace again. Then 90 minutes after that, he went on injury again. Then you look at a case of Harry Maguire as an example. Maguire was phased out of the team last season, stripped of captaincy and others. You look at Maguire's status in the dressing room. He's one of those highly rated players, team leaders in the dressing room. And I think Ten Hag says he works with team leaders. He has his team leaders. But then again, you look at our defense last season. Varane was performing very well alongside Lisandro Martinez. But this season, there's something about Varane. He's not always available consecutively. And if there's one advantage I know Harry Maguire has over everybody, he's always available.
Aside availability.
So, and you look at Maguire, his performances. You can't because, Maguire is performing now. So now, what do you want us to... And tactically, he said, I prefer to play Varane and Harry Maguire on the right hand side because of the dimension, the angles of passing. And the only players that can actually give him something close to that angle of passing in the team is when Lisandro Martinez is not around, is Lindelof. We have Evans. Then we have Luke Shaw. But Luke Shaw is not available.
I want to ask you a question on Varane. Sorry to beat you. Can you pinpoint a season where you can beat your chest and said Varane was one of the best defenders in Premier League?
Last
season,
that's a big question.
I would name off my head.
One of the best.
I would name off my head.
Remember,
off my head, I would name 5 defenders better than Varane last season.
Remember, most clean sheets in the Premier League, it was the United defense.
That's a collective team.
It's a collective
team effort.
When you say collective, it means the players sing.
I think Luke Shaw was better than him last season in your defense.
Lisandro Martinez
was better than him last season.
Wan-Bissaka, I don't know. Wan-Bissaka was better than him.
Was better.
Your best defender last season was Lisandro.
When you look at when we started last season, Brentford as an example, we started with Brentford. We played Maguire and Martinez. There was no composure. But eventually, when we brought in Varane, there was that composure. You can't say because it was a collective effort. You have to know individual.
You are still beating around.
You said one best defenders
in the league.
Last season it was.
I would call 5 defenders who he was not better than last season in the Premier League.
Well, let me say we'll come back to that Varane issue. Erling Haaland always ghosting for his national team. It needs to be talked about. When people don't talk about it, we shy away from the topic, and we're always clamoring that Erling Haaland should be named Ballon d'Or winner. He should be given this, that. I don't think if you don't work for your country, if you don't take your country somewhere, you can't go anywhere in terms of football awards. Because I don't see a reason why you be injured for Norway and the next thing you are available suddenly for Manchester City, banging in goals for them. You can't say because you don't have set of nice players. There is an Hungary. That's the only star player there is Szoboszlai.
I'll bring you now to that point. Can I get the groups of both Hungary and Norway? Then you compare and contrast the quality of teams that were there. In Hungary's group, they were arguably the best team there. I can't expect. No, let's not speak of assumption. So let me get the groups.
In terms of team effort, you can say Hungary is the best team, maybe in their group. But you look
and you know this Hungary in the Nations League. You were in group with England, Italy, and they topped the group in the Nations League last year.
Now let me tell you the people at Norway's group. You have Spain. You obviously can't expect Norway to get out of same group with Spain. You have Scotland. If you want to place a debate for Scotland, off my head, I would call at least 5 good players that play for top clubs that plays in Scotland. Before you come to Norway, who are third on the group. I don't know if you get. You might fault Haaland to an extent. Okay, big players. Odegaard, thank you. You should use the same Kane on Odegaard. Yeah. I've not watched the Norway national team. So I want to say, okay, what about the coaches and all of that? But if you look at the group now, let's go to the Hungary you mentioned. I'm trying to get their group. I'm trying to get the group Hungary. You have Serbia. That is the only big team in the same group with Hungary because Serbia has the likes of Dusan Vlahovic, Alexander Mikstovic, and Tadic. You have Hungary, Montenegro, and Bulgaria and Lithuania. You obviously expect a team like Hungary to stay through.
Now let's use the metrics of the UEFA Nations League that they played about. Was that not last year? Hungary were in the same group with England, Italy, and they topped the group. You please check it for us.
We won't be on if buts.
Yes,
maybe.
Yes. The UEFA Nations League. I think that was about
2021.
2021 UEFA Nations League. I think it was 2021 Nations League. It was 2021. Yeah, 2021/22 or so. They were in the same group with England and Italy. They were in the same group with England.
Now, coming to the Hungary you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
This was 2021. They were in the same group with France, Germany, Portugal, and Hungary finished 4th with 2 points.
Okay. Where?
2021.
No, England was in the same group.
No, they were in the same group with France.
There was a particular season that they were in the same group with England.
Let me look for
that. They were in the same group. I don't. Maybe it's the UEFA Nations League or
the one I just mentioned is from the UEFA Nations League, I think.
Okay, please check for this particular.
They were in the group with the last Euros qualifier. They were in a group with Croatia.
Not qualifiers. Nations League.
The competition itself.
Yes, the competition itself. UEFA Nations League.
So there's this thing about I can understand this point from a team perspective, but there is something about football that we should all know. Having that type of player like Erling Haaland gives you an edge over other teams. Mm-hmm. So you can call a case of Spain. This is not the best Spanish team we've seen.
Yeah.
Would you use same logic for Victor Osimhen?
In Nigeria?
Yes.
Definitely.
That the Nigerian Super Eagles are underperforming.
They are underperforming.
They are underperforming.
Who would you portray the blame on?
Definitely the coach.
So why can't you use the same yardstick
not just the
for
coach.
Norway?
Not just the coach. When you look at
when a player underperforms, sorry to beat you short, there is a simple philosophy in football. If you have a star man in your team, everybody plays for him.
Definitely.
True or false?
True.
If you had, even at the time, as little as Paulo Dybala might be, when he was the star man Juventus, everybody plays for him. So if you have an Halaand in your team as a coach, you should be able to fashion your team in that angle where everybody plays for him. Even the Hungary you mentioned earlier, the team is built around Szoboszlai. Yeah. I don't know if you get.
Yeah.
It's built around Szoboszlai. Like, you know, okay, if this is our guy, we need to do it for him. This is our man, we need to play for him. That is also one issue Brazil is also having. That individual trying to do things. You can't just fault just Haaland. You have to also use same Kane on Odegaard also.
Yeah, we have to blame. We have to blame the.
No, we are blaming the both of them.
We are blaming both of them.
We are also considering the fact that Haaland is always making himself unavailable. I'm not saying it authoritatively, but
this last,
you know, not having that enough passion for the nation.
Before the game before the international break. Yeah, if you could remember, it was subbed off at 45 minutes.
Let's not forget. Forget at football clubs now they are playing tactics not to allow their to go for.
He has been nursing a toe injury.
They have
the match.
A match before then he was brought out of the game early.
And you said he has been nursing a toe injury.
Yeah.
During the international duty, it was said he had an ankle injury. So for someone who twisted his ankle, like it's always like 2 weeks at least. You spent 2 weeks on the sideline, and suddenly he appeared for City.
I want to ask you,
fully fit, and he even played the entire match. I think
what I'm even trying.
If you are
he played the entire match against Liverpool.
If you are Pep Guardiola, and you have a player like Haaland at your disposal, you see, okay, everybody knows Haaland is an injury-prone player. You are trying to manage the player you have, and then this international break comes up with the congestion of fixtures and everything, and you know what you have ahead of you. Wouldn't it be wise for you to preserve your player?
Okay, so it's a wise decision for Haaland to place Man City ahead of his nation. That's what you're saying.
And
really,
and that is what I'm saying.
It's very bad.
Let's look at this now. That's what I'm saying. Haaland during the World Cup was nowhere, so we can't be putting a case of Ballon d'Or for someone that could not even attend the best tournaments in the world.
And I think that's what we are affecting, because we have the likes of Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham.
Even look at Mbappe. Mbappe has been present in all competitions.
I said something to a guy. I don't know if it was on this show, but I said something somewhere where I said Haaland might never have a chance to win the Ballon d'Or.
He might not have a chance to win the Ballon d'Or.
Because the stigma around his national team is just not it.
And you have players like Jude Bellingham who he scored against Las Palmas again. He went out on injury and
shoulder injury.
He came back into the team.
Remember,
it was just like a seamless thing.
I also thought the case of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Remember the Euros where he and Ronaldo had the face-off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. When it comes to some individuals, they just take up
team on their shoulders.
I'm not saying Haaland can do it all. There's the coach, there's the team, but let them know that yes, we have that presence in our team.
And even before we have these Argentina players doing so well in their teams, we can place that case for Lionel Messi that he carried the team on his shoulder.
Remember the Euros Cristiano Ronaldo won? They were not having beautiful squad. Nani was already at his retirement age.
Now, let me bust your brain. Haaland has turned up for this country also, because right now I'm just checking, he's their top scorer.
No, I know he's their top scorer.
He's their top scorer. You can't expect me to.
Okay. So if you're saying Haaland is a top scorer, the Teemu Pukki is always the top scorer for Finland.
The thing.
Teemu Pukki. So are you saying because
forget the fact that the game is a collective game?
Let me tell you one thing. There are some nations that you beat their top scorer within a blink of an eye. You see the record goal scored is just 20-something, 30-something. Those are not really footballing nations.
I'm not saying time. I mean the qualifiers they played is their top scorer.
With how many goals?
About 6 goals for Norway currently. So this shows you that football is a collective sport. Not if I do my bit. Now you use the case of Messi. Let's go back to the Germany-Argentina World Cup final. Messi did his bit. but Higuain messed it up.
He messed.
I don't know if you get. So at the end of the day, yeah, being a big player, you get the criticism. You get me? But I feel like it's a collective sport, so your teammates also should get same criticism as you.
Definitely, but the point you are trying to buttress is you can't just not be present for your country at tournament. Now we've gone through World Cup qualifiers. Now it's not going to Euro next year, and next year again Euro will come. Mbappe is there, Bellingham is there. The Ballon d'Or comes up again. Then he has maybe 50. I was telling someone during the weekend. I said, if you say Haaland is scoring how many goals, 50 goals or so, Mbappe is scoring goals, Kane is scoring goals at Bayern,
Bellingham is
scoring goals. So what criteria do you want to use? Whatever you can do, they are also doing it.
And right now, let's talk about that Jude Bellingham that you mentioned. Jude Bellingham has now become the Madrid record holder for most goals scored in his first 15 games.
That's beautiful.
He has surpassed Alvaro Di Stefano and Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a very good company to be. Alvaro Di Stefano
for a young player
who
came in and took the number of the popular
and the fact that Alvaro Di Stefano used to be a striker in his days, Cristiano Ronaldo used to be an attacker in his days.
Yeah.
The fact that he's a midfielder and he's in this kind of company, I think that's
commendable.
I was watching Don Carlo Ancelotti's interview. He said he has exceeded our expectations in terms of goal scoring. We'd never know it's that a very complete goal scorer. He exceeded my expectation as well.
Don Carlos himself, I've come at him on this show before, but Don Carlos himself has this way of bringing out goal scoring potentials in his midfielder. You had a Federico Valverde last season where he said if Valverde does not score up to his 15 goals, he would say his coaching certificate. I don't know if you get. That's a manager, self-confident manager. So what Jude is doing is beautiful, but then again, I've said it. If he can take this form down to the end of the season and England put up a good performance,
they are definitely going to put up a good performance
in Euros, I expect you to get the Ballon d'Or.
To win the Ballon d'Or. And with the caliber of team that he is, Real Madrid, the powerhouse of football.
So I expect him to get the Ballon d'Or.
Okay, so let's run to 6-digit code challenge. Wow. On a nightmare. 6-digit code.
Saying, oh my God.
So are you guys ready?
Yeah.
So the first question. You give me a 6-digit code. You know how it is.
Yeah.
You know how we do this.
Yeah.
This is
so.
I'm not so.
Mo Salah's record total goal in his first season at Liverpool.
All competition or just Premier League?
All competition in his first season at Liverpool. His total goal in his first season at Liverpool and his year of birth. You have a 6-digit code.
I'm not even a Liverpool fan. I won't even bother. I'm not even a Liverpool fan.
Try. So, Mo Salah's record total goal in his first season at Liverpool and his year of birth. Anyone? Anyone?
I think he should be having at least 50 plus goals a season. But
no.
It's not to that.
Anyone?
I'm looking at his year of birth. Mo Salah is currently, I think,
31, 32.
31 or so.
Let me give you a clue. He scored 40-something goals in his first season, and he was born in the 90s.
We know he's always 90s. Can never be.
Guessing is I'll give it a try.
Okay, so give us a 6-digit code.
So that should be 24.
Give us your 6-digit code.
48 1991.
48
1991.
1991. Azan, you have a code?
43 1994.
Oh, you guys are very, very close. You guys came a bit close. He scored 44 goals in his first season and he was born in the year 1992. So your 6-digit code is 441992.
I was closer to it.
So
more closer.
Let's catapult to the next question. Lionel Messi's record goal in a calendar year.
Wow.
And his year of birth. You have a 6-digit code, guys. His record goals in a calendar year, in a single calendar year, most goals scored in a calendar year, and his year of birth. You must have a 6-digit code.
911 990.
No. 9
That was
1.
close.
I'm coming.
911 911
I'm coming.
991.
No.
I feel like
I'm coming.
it's the last one that
911. 9. I think is. I'm coming. Please let me just calm down and do this. Okay.
Anyone? Take your.
I'm coming.
Okay, take your time.
911 992.
No. Lionel Messi's record goals in a calendar year. The most goals scored in a calendar year. That's a football record, by the way. And his year of birth. Think about it, guys. You should be getting this one. It should be an easy one. Lionel Messi is very popular.
I'm coming. I want to try this.
So you're telling me none of you knows Lionel Messi's real age?
I'm coming.
Wow. None of you knows his real age.
Come on, please.
Pray for them, please. Pray for them. I'm sure there is someone who knows it right now. That is like, why are these guys not getting it? Think about it, guys. Think about it. Think very well. His record goals scored in a calendar year.
911.
Okay.
888. 911
No.
911 887.
No.
911 886.
No.
884. 911 889.
Okay. Since none of you came close, none of you even got it. He scored 91 goals in a calendar year. That's a football record, and he was born in the year 1987.
Sorry, it was 19. Sorry,
So you are very close.
I knew it was.
He said 911
I was thinking
887 instead of
I knew
987.
his age was between 35 34.
No, I was thinking I was actually saying 198. 88 is like the person will be like 200
years. Okay, so Azan should be getting this one. It's a simple thing for him. Let's go to the next question. Garnacho's age and the year Manchester United was founded.
Fuck.
Garnacho's age and the year Manchester
How
United.
would your club not put the year they were founded?
You don't look in Jesse.
How would they not?
I don't feel look Jesse, sir.
How would they not?
Okay.
If you don't know this as a Man United fan,
I'm like
Manchester United fans, pray for him.
I said I'm bad with numbers. I know Garnacho's age is 19.
Okay.
19 and the
year United was founded.
I should have gotten that message.
Wow.
should have killed it.
Wow.
Today would have been
United fans. Oh man, Azan.
Your club said why they no people when they found them.
I'm just not good with numbers.
No, okay, let me bail you guys out. Garnacho's age is 19. Manchester United was founded in 1878. So your 6-digit code should have been 191878.
I'm hoping about the message zone.
Okay, so let's go to the year Rooney scored the famous bicycle kick and his current age.
This is for Man United fans. I don't know why.
The year
His current age.
Yes. The year Rooney scored the famous bicycle kick against Manchester City. Let me just
I know it's against Manchester City.
Yeah, and his current age.
This should be easy.
It should be easy for you guys.
201-238.
It should be easy for you guys.
201-238.
201
201 238.
Oh, you came so close.
201 239.
No.
201-138.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Boom. Bingo. Bingo.
No. You see, as you can see,
King.
I was robbed.
King.
Because the last two questions as Manchester United.
That's Messi and Manchester.
No, that's the Manchester United question, but don't worry. We'll be back.
Okay, so let's go for the final question of the 6-digit code segment. Real Madrid total Champions League trophy and the year they were founded. It should be very easy for you guys. It should be a very simple one. The total Champions League trophies Real Madrid have
It's 14.
accumulated in their career.
It's always this years.
And the year they were founded.
1 for
1750.
Football has not even started there. Okay.
I think 1418.
1418.
18.
Oh no. Oh no.
One four
1419.
1419. Okay.
And
You're close. Just 2 digits remaining.
141910. 141911.
Oh.
141909.
No.
141913.
No. They are coming so close.
141920.
Oh.
141901.
If you
141903.
no. I'm not gonna allow you to cheat me, boy. None of them got it. The right answer is Real Madrid has 14 Champions League trophies, and the year it was founded is 1902.
I said it now.
No. You said 1901.
Oh, one.
You said 141901 instead of you said 141920 instead of 02.
Oh,
So you came close. At the end of the segment, Azan is the winner of the segment again. Prosper, what's happening?
I was rigged.
Are you
throw too much.
Are you the new Leicester City? Prosper is the new Leicester City.
We will show levels. Be patient with me. We'll show levels.
Okay.
We'll show levels. Do you believe in comeback? Believe.
I'm on United, just don't forget.
So I have a question for you guys. It's actually a fan of the podcast that said we should ask you guys a question. You tell us the world-class players in each of the 6 EPL teams. We have Man United, we have Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham. So you're going to tell us the world-class players in each of those teams. If they have more than one world-class player, it's fine. You can tell us those world-class players by your own definition.
Okay.
So let's start with Manchester United. We'll start with your team. Those world-class players in your team. If you don't have any, you tell us that you don't have any.
Well, the team has been so poor, but then again, we know they are always standout players. We have the likes of, I think we have Casemiro.
Yeah,
Has been doing it over the years. Bruno and Rafael Varane. But I think I'll go with, for me, for the past 3 seasons, Bruno has been that one consistent player. So I think I'll go with Bruno Fernandes. Other players in the team, but Bruno, I'll go with Bruno.
So you don't see Casemiro as a world class?
No, currently I see Bruno as a world class.
So
you're
going for Bruno. Okay, what about
for
you?
me, firstly, before I dive into my world class player, I want to put it out there so you know the yardstick I'm picking from, because the world class these days, football fans just throw it around. You see somebody call Gakpo world class, call this world class. I feel like we've overused that word and it has lost its value. So for me, my yardstick of stating a world class player is if you are top 3, top 5 in your position for consistently 2, 3 to 4 years. I don't know if you get. So that is my yardstick, and you've taken the team on your back and actually done something decent with them. It might not be winning trophy, but you being that main man at your team. So at Man United, I would say Bruno and Casemiro. He called Varane, but Varane is just a top class player. He's not world class.
Yeah, I will have debated that as well.
He's far from world class. He's just top class.
Thank God you removed it. I don't enter debate with you. So let's go to Chelsea. World class player at Chelsea.
The only thing I see in Chelsea, they are world class talents. Enzo, maybe you can throw a case of Reece James.
I can't even put. Yeah, you can throw.
He's a world class talent.
Yeah, not the world class player.
Not the world class. We want world class players. There are a lot of world class talent that won't manifest to becoming a world class player.
Yeah.
But we just need those world class players, those ones who are readily available right now in the team.
I think I'll go with Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling is fine with me.
Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
He had a bad season last year. Like it's I think it's
okay.
I'll go for Raheem Sterling and Thiago Silva. Why I won't pick Reece James is the case of availability.
He's not even a
you can't be among the best, and availability is your biggest issue.
See, I don't have an agenda against Reece James. And I will keep saying it that guy is overrated. Someone is a right back who is Trent, and this guy is called I will be right back. Always going to the hospital, telling us I will be right back. And Trent is a complete right back.
So I'll go for Thiago and Raheem Sterling.
Okay, let's go to Manchester City. Who are those world class players there?
wow.
Home of world class.
I'll start with their goalkeeper, Ederson.
Okay.
They have a world-class goalkeeper in him. I'll start with. I'll go with their midfielder, one of the best for the past 3, 4, 5 years or so, Kevin De Bruyne, and definitely they have a world-class striker in Halaand. So I think I'll go with those 3.
Okay.
Those 3.
Yeah, I'll go with Ederson.
Okay.
In as much as I don't like him, you have to put Ruben Diaz there. I don't know if you get. Then you have Kai Walker. Also, you have Rodri, who has been arguably the best DM in the world for over 2 years. Then you have a Bernardo Silva. Also,
definitely.
you have a Kevin De Bruyne, and then you have Erling Haaland.
Okay. How about Liverpool?
Liverpool. Alisson Becker is world class. I would have mentioned Robertson, but last season the Robertson I saw, I was not, and this season going forward, I'm not really in there about him. He used to be, but he's no longer. So I'll go for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and then I'll go for Mo Salah, the Egyptian king.
Okay.
I think I'll go with Salah.
Okay.
Salah. For me, I'm sorry, Liverpool fans. Alisson, I think those two are just Salah and Alisson. I'll go with Salah and Alisson. I don't see. Don't let me dive into that.
Van Dijk.
Let's just leave that topic for another.
So let's go to Tottenham.
They don't. I won't classify Son as a world class.
That's a blunt answer. I love that.
No, I'll go with Son.
I can't. Why? How?
Son.
Hear me. Son is
like you said, the criteria you are using as a yardstick. When you look at the
best season,
3 seasons,
the best season of Son was a season before last.
But
he was last season.
No, Son was below par last season.
He even stated it that he was not the real Sonny last season. But he's still just like Raheem Sterling. You can use a case of him having a poor season. You said it right here that Raheem Sterling only had a bad season.
And after which I went on to say, carrying the team on your shoulders. You saw James Maddison gone on injury, and you've seen what has happened. Even the case where the season where Son had a good season, it was due to the combination of Kane also.
I think it's a thing of I will go for Heung-min Son as a world class player because I've seen Heung-min Son take a North Korea to places that they didn't even think that they can be. And if you are a manager that built the team around Heung-min Son, he would definitely deliver.
When you watch,
he would definitely deliver.
National team, even at Tottenham, like even when you go to the league. If you consider the best 5 top left wingers in the league, Son is
you have to mention
in the world.
Yeah, he's a world class.
No, I won't classify Son as world class. And don't come for me.
And tell me one team in the world that Sonny will not even be a starter.
A lot of teams.
Mention.
I'm coming. It's gonna be a starter at Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then.
He can be a starter at City.
He won't.
He can be a starter for Jeremy Doku. For Jeremy Doku.
And Jack Grealish. He won't.
Of course.
Let me ask you. Aside Son's finishing, what is his biggest attribute?
He's pacey.
He's pacey.
He can dribble in tight spaces. He
won't start at Real Madrid.
Oh my goodness.
Over Vinicius Junior. He won't start at Real Madrid. He won't start at Bayern.
Why won't you start at Bayern?
The current Leroy Sané we are seeing.
Come on.
Let's not get
Even in your statement, he said the current Leroy Sané.
We are seeing. Sané is arguably one of the best players in the world right now.
Baba, there is no team in the world. You have Sonny on your bench, you put him on the bench.
There are players he won't start ahead of.
Just tell me one team that will put Sonny on the bench and they will be comfortable. He is that good.
I want to ask you. You are Don Carlo Ancelotti and you have a striker at Madrid already. Would you put Vinicius Junior on the bench for Heung-min Son?
And there is one thing that he brings to the game that Vinicius doesn't have as well, which is goal scoring from the wide areas. Goal scoring threat from the wide areas. Heung-min Son will definitely give you that.
Vinicius Junior is a bigger threat.
I want to say something. Yes, you can say maybe due to the current form of Vinicius Junior that probably Son might not bench. But you look at the Madrid team, they are playing Vinicius, Joselu, and
listen to my statement.
Son is a player that can even play as a striker. Look at Postecoglou.
And I want to tell you something that in a Premier League, it's a very fierce league. You have good players in the league. Sonny has won a Premier League golden shoe in recent time. And you said it that it's all about consistency rather. This guy has been consistent since he came to Tottenham.
No,
except last season that he had that's deep in form. You put a case of
let's be factual with our facts. Let's get some stats from few seasons ago.
He has always been there. He has always been there. Okay, let me go. Let's go to I think we've had Manchester United, City, Chelsea, and Tottenham, Arsenal. He was a world class.
I saw the Bukayo Saka debate.
It's not Arsenal fans do like this. They won't throw bomb. There's a bomb coming.
I'm a very big fan of Bukayo Saka.
But he's not a world class yet.
Saka is still young. Yes, I see that world class player in him, but currently I'm not yet convinced. I'm not saying I know Saka is a very, very good player when it comes to the style of play you want and stuff. But when it comes to world class player, don't forget, like we are trying to use a yardstick by say maybe season. You can see beginning of last season, Saka was very, very, but towards the end of it, when it got tougher,
got intense,
Saka went off. But Arsenal.
They don't have a world class player at Arsenal.
Arsenal fans.
And Arsenal bombastic side eye.
I can decide. Let me just pass it to just give
you mentioned a case of Saka. I won't call Odegaard world class because just last season and after this season you can't tell me Saka isn't world class. This is England's one of their key players during the World Cup. Is integral to Arsenal. The reason Arsenal were in the title race last season is part of it. He's not at his best this season, but he still carries the team along. England's best player for the last 2 years in a row in a team where you have Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, and the likes. Bro, you can't tell me my boy is not world class. This is not a case. If it was a case of sentiment, I would have used a logic for Odegaard also, but it's not a case of sentiment. I would have caught Thomas Partey, but just like we used for Reece James. That guy availability is get liability. So aside Saka, I don't really think we don't. Declan Rice, few years from now or a year or two from now, he will be there. Yeah, but right now they are all just world class talents.
Like you said, the only season you can actually prompt for Saka is actually last season.
And this season
you just said this now that
he has not been.
He has not really been.
I want to ask you. Call 3 right wingers better than Saka in the world right
now.
No,
definitely you can say that, but I'm just trying to let you know.
Now, listen, my yardstick when I started, I said 2 to 3 years, and a player who has carried their team consistently on the back. He's not at his best form, but he's still doing it for the team. Now, imagine he hits his form running. The only right winger I would say in the Premier League is better than Bukayo Saka is arguably Mo Salah, who is a king on his own. He's an all-timer.
He's in a world of his own.
He's in a world on his own. So I don't. Aside Saka, I don't really think we have. I would have mentioned Thomas Partey, but
okay. So let me throw it to the fans. You judge. Is it Prosper or Azan that has assembled the best world-class player in each of the Premier League teams? I know you guys want to debate it. Let's see your debate in the comment section. And guys, I want you to give me Start One, Sell One, Sub One edition. Wow. This time I'm giving you 3 good strikers. 3 very, very good strikers. You can bank on them. They have a lot of goals among them. And that is Harry Kane, Suarez, and Aguero. Start one, sell one, sub one. I will start with Prosper. Suarez, Harry Kane, and Aguero.
Definitely starting for me. That's my goat. So you should know where I'm coming from. But the case of Aguero and Kane, as a player, I would go for Kane. And I'll sell Aguero.
That's a very tough one. You?
I'm in a Delima here. No. You can't.
You can't just
Yes, there are no little things to separate them.
Like
these are.
there's nothing you can even really use to differentiate.
It's so very hard.
They are that good, but. Kun, Aguero, Salah, and Kane. I'll go with Okay, I think I'll go with Harry Kane. I'm not looking at their trophy. I'm looking at
As a player.
I'll go with Harry Kane against Suarez. Oof.
So you are starting Harry Kane.
I think I'll go with Harry Kane. I'll start Harry Kane.
Okay, on bench.
On bench, I will have Suarez. I think I have to sell Aguero. Man,
Why is everybody selling Kun Aguero?
You can't have an athlete man on your team.
That was it. Soccer punch.
Kun is actually a
very good striker.
I think I'll go with start Kane, bench Suarez, and
It's so unfortunate that Kun Aguero is
I want to hear your take on this. Who are you starting?
My take, obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan. I've seen Luis Suarez done a lot of things. I think I will go for Luis Suarez. He's just that complete player. Free kicks, goals, dark arts, everything you want, everything I want. So whenever you pay to watch Luis Suarez, he's always giving you that entertainment that you need. And of course, the football brain of Harry Kane, I will have to put him on bench. So when I don't have Luis Suarez, I have another weapon.
A man with heart. I'm not an athlete man.
I don't know athlete man. So Kun Aguero, I will have to sell Kun Aguero because Suarez and Kane, these guys are all-round strikers. So for me too, I'll go with you guys. I'll sell in your words, athlete guy.
Man City fans, don't come for us, please.
So I want you to give me your team of the season. So here's how we'll do it. So you're going to give me your goalkeeper, your right back, centre back, right back.
Your full first 11.
Yeah, your full first 11. So let me start with you. Who has been your best EPL goalkeeper this season so far? The best goalkeeper this season.
I think I'll go with Manchester United goalkeeper
Andre Onana. Wow. So your right back.
Is it how we
I might be biased. Yeah, you can say I'm biased, but he has most clean sheets, most saves. You know,
okay.
I'll go with Onana. I'm just saying.
Okay, so your right back.
My right back this season. I'll go with Kai Walker.
Decent call. Your CB.
I'm definitely going with Saliba.
All right, CB. Your left CB.
My left centre back. Oof. There's this guy at Newcastle,
Fabian Schär.
I'll go with Fabian Schär.
Okay. Your left back.
My left back. I think I'll go with. I'm really short on option last to the left back.
We have a lot of left back doing very well this season.
I think I'll go with. I think Ake not as a left back, but as probably an extension of my centre back. I think I'll go with Ake.
Ake didn't really start much.
I don't understand. You guys a ghost could give you starting that left side for.
I think I'll come to the left back position.
Okay, your number 6, your DM.
I'll go with Douglas Luiz.
Douglas Luiz as your number 6.
I'll go with Douglas Luiz.
Okay.
And Declan Rice.
Okay, Douglas. Okay, so you are using Declan as your number 8 and your number 10.
No, just like it's
okay, double pivots. Okay.
A double pivot.
Okay.
I'll go with Saka on
the right wing.
Right wing.
Okay.
I'll go with Saka.
Okay. Your number 10.
Wing, my number 10. I'll go with Bernardo Silva. Okay. On your left wing. On my left wing. On my left wing. I think I'll go with this season. I think I'll go with, for my striker, I'll start Haaland, definitely. I think I'll have a double striker.
A double striker.
Haaland and Watkins. Then I have
okay, so
Saka.
so you have Bernardo Silva and Saka.
More like a 4-4-2
Yeah,
plan.
definitely. Then I think I've never mentioned
Your
left
FCB.
back.
my left back.
He used Fabian Schär as his left CB.
Yeah,
We are waiting for his
left
left back.
Manchester United, we have Arsenal. Zinchenko, yeah, sorry.
Zinchenko.
I'll go with it.
Okay, so let me build my own team. So my own team of the season so far, the EPL. In goal, I will have to go for a lot of people have been present. I'll go with Vicario of Tottenham. I'll go with Vicario. I think he has been a very decent signing since he came in. My right back, I'll go with I'll go with Kai Walker in my right back. My right CB, I think I'll go with William Saliba. My left CB, I'll go with Virgil van Dijk. Then my left back, I'll go for Destiny Udogie, the Tottenham guy. And my number 6, I'll go for Declan Rice. He has been excellent this season. Number 8, I will have to go for Szoboszlai. I think since he came to Liverpool, he has really been that guy. And number 10, unfortunately, Maddison is injured, but I will still have to put him there as team of the season so far. Unfortunately, he has been injured though. I will use Maddison as my number 10. Then the wide areas, in the right wing spot, I will use Mo Salah. Of course, this season he has had 10 goals and over like 5 assists so far. So he's still much doing it every season. He's so consistent. So I'll put Salah there. And my left wing, I think I'll put Sonny, Heung-min Son. I think he has been decent so far as well since he became the captain. My striker, no brainer, Cyborg, Erling Haaland.
So my team of the season so far, I would go for Alisson in goal post.
Okay.
Aside that City blunder, he has been
Excellent.
He has saved about 14 points SG expected goals so far this season. Right back, I'll go for Pedro Paro of Tottenham.
Okay.
My right centre back, I'll go for my own William Saliba.
Okay.
My left centre back, it's a bit dicey, but I'll go for Manuel Akanji. He has been excellent for City this season. Okay. Then my left back is Zinchenko. He has improved to an extent defensively this season, and I'll go for Zinchenko. My number 6, I'll go for the man who made 100 million look like a bargain. Big money Dex.
100 bag of rice.
The 41 bag of rice. Big money Dex, Declan Rice. Then my number 8, I'll go for Bernardo. He's having an amazing season, people are not really talking about it because of the goal and assist factors and all of that. And my number 10, I would have gone for Maddison, but I feel somebody is going a bit under the radar, and that is Lucas Paqueta.
Of West Ham.
Of West Ham, I'll go for Lucas Paqueta. My left winger, I'll go for Raheem Sterling.
Okay.
My right winger, it's close one between Saka, Bowen, and Salah.
Okay.
But with all due respect, I would give the Egyptian king the right wing spot. And you just have to put the robot there. You just have to put him there to fulfill all righteousness.
So tell us who has assembled the perfect team of the EPL season so far. Is it Prosper? Is it Azan? Or you think I know you guys will even support my team now. So let's go into the fill in the grid challenge. Prosper so far has lost 2 segments. Azan, King. Let's see if Azan will be the king of fill in the grid challenge. So Prosper, I'm going to start with Prosper for this fill in the grid challenge. So Prosper, here goes your grid. So here's your grid. So you
good.
So you have 2 minutes to fill in that grid.
Man U Monaco, Ramada Falcao.
Okay.
Man U Sevilla, Alex Telles.
Okay.
Man U Chelsea, Juan Mata.
Okay.
Chelsea Madrid, Gonzalo Higuain.
Okay.
Sevilla Madrid, Sergio Ramos.
Okay.
Madrid Monaco, Mendy.
Okay.
Now, AC Milan, Chelsea, Giroud.
Okay.
AC Milan, Sevilla. AC Milan, Sevilla. AC Milan, Sevilla. AC Milan.
As a player that has played for both AC Milan and Sevilla, think about it.
He still plays in their current team.
Well, that I do not know. I can give you the clue.
Didn't Suso play for Sevilla?
Yeah. Yeah, you are right. Suso did play for both Sevilla and AC Milan.
Suso, if I go astray, now he lead me astray. Now watch him.
He played. Yeah, you are right.
No.
Suso played.
Well. Let me just.
Suso played for AC Milan and Sevilla.
Then Monaco, AC Milan. My fans.
Pray for Prosper.
Pray for me.
Yeah.
Monaco, AC Milan. I'm trying to pick out somebody.
You have seconds to go.
Monaco, AC Milan.
You have just seconds to go.
No.
Your
Monaco.
time is almost running out. Your time is almost running out, Prosper. AC Milan, Monaco.
AC Milan, Monaco. How would I know?
AC Milan, Monaco. AC Milan, Monaco. Time up. So Prosper was not able to fill in his grid. I will let me help you. Team Bakayoko. Bakayoko.
Chelsea flop.
So Azan, here goes your own.
Let's hope it's a good day for me.
Let's go for your grid now.
If you don't get this, you should be flogged.
I'm saying Leipzig. I'm saying I should be flogged.
You should be flogged.
Let's go.
Bayern, Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
This grid is not grading.
He's not giving.
It's not grading. Dortmund, Manchester United, Shinji Kagawa.
Okay.
Dortmund, Atletico Madrid.
You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes, and
It's 1 minute 48 seconds now.
Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, Sergio Aguero.
okay. You haven't tell us Leipzig, Bayern, Leipzig, Man City, Leipzig, Dortmund.
Leipzig, Dortmund. Erling Haaland. Man. Have I called Manchester United, Manchester City, Tevez,
Okay.
Bayern, Atletico Madrid. Bayern, Manchester, no. Okay. Bayern, Manchester United, Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Okay. That's a good one.
Is his time not up?
His time remains seconds. Just few seconds to go.
Bayern, Leipzig.
You have 19 seconds.
18, 17,
Bayern, Atletico Madrid.
16, 15, 14,
Why are you counting?
13. I'll be your stopwatch. 12, 11, 10. Count with me. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bayern, Leipzig, Upamecano. Leipzig, Man City, Angelino. Dortmund,
Leipzig, Man City.
yes, Angelino.
Yeah,
Dortmund, Leipzig, Sabisa. Atletico, Dortmund, Wisted.
I don't even know what that is.
Big zero of
Wow.
Okay,
Oh,
Witzel,
yes.
the guy with the
Yes.
That Belgian guy.
Yeah,
I know it, I know it.
Yeah. Then Man U, Dortmund, Mkhitaryan.
So at the end of the filling the grid challenge. Yes. You two, you are not able to.
At least I should get 1.5
You
points.
didn't, you didn't complete your.
I don't have to complete his own. It's 1 point. It's 1 point.
Okay, just like what happened to Halaand in the first segment, we won't give you your crown. We just call you a king without a crown. A king without a crown. You are not able to complete your grid too. So nobody is the winner. We have declared it as this guy is only a king. We are not going to crown him. So I want you guys to based on your personal experience that you've had with a lot of football fans. So I want you to tell me top 5 football fans with the worst ball knowledge.
5. Top 5 is a big number.
That's why you're here.
Definitely.
Let's start with you. Your top 5.
I'm going with.
Let's start in an ascending order. So let's start from 5.
Okay, from 5.
Yeah. So
with football knowledge.
With poor football knowledge. That they have this poor football knowledge.
I'll put Manchester United at 5. I think I'll go with. We have.
Should I give you time to think?
Yeah, I don't have that much numbers.
Okay, Prosper.
I can only go from ascending order.
Yeah, I'll go for my own fan base.
Arsenal.
Some of my fan base, when you hear them speak, you ask yourself, where are you from?
Where are you from?
Where did this come from?
Okay, 4th.
Honorable mention for 5th is Liverpool, the Jurgen Klopp era of Liverpool fans.
A delusional era.
They need to be flogged. 4th, I would go for
So where are you placing Arsenal now?
5th. I just honorable mention Liverpool. 5th. 4th, I would go for. I'll say Chelsea. No. They are worst. Man City. Yeah, Man City fans. This Guardiola.
The new school fans.
They are so unfair. They are so annoying. Then you go 3rd. I'll go for Ala Madrid. I just feel like any Madrid fan, it's real. No disrespect to you guys, but let me not say what I want to say. I'll just go Real Madrid. Then my top 2. See those billionaires club, London Cowboys that spent 1 billion and still remain in 10th. Since Enzo came, they have not seen 7th position. You see Chelsea fan base, they are unbearable. But the worst fan base football has ever seen, the worst, is the one that was groomed by Sir Alex Ferguson. Manchester United fan base. So this is from my personal experience. You see Manchester United fan base.
They are not waking up.
Bro. Like anybody will just watch TV. I support Man U. I support bro. No, you guys need to do better on this.
So Azar, are you able to give us?
Yeah. I think I'll start with Liverpool at 5th.
Okay.
I'll go with Arsenal at 4th. Yeah. Then I'll go with I'm having a bit of Delima, Barcelona at 3rd.
How did I miss that?
Barcelona, yeah, definitely Barcelona. I don't just know. Barcelona fans.
They are Delolo. They are Mr. Delolo.
No Messi, no Barca, no. Just don't see it.
They haven't wake up from that Messi era.
I can't even forget that. They beat me 2 finals, and they are still living in that era.
So it's your second.
I'm in between. I think I'll go with Manchester United for 2nd.
Okay.
Because when you look at United fans, they are emotional fans. Let's be realistic. Today you see them here, tomorrow you see them here. Now Erik ten Hag is winning. Nobody's saying anything.
Things are fine.
Let him lose tomorrow on Wednesday. You start hearing sack the manager. Come on, have a bit of patience. We are not in that era again.
Okay.
So for my number 1, definitely Chelsea fans. I don't just understand. Chelsea fans. I don't understand. Like, is it that you guys are not seeing that you are not even supposed to be talking? Like, you guys are in 10th. So someone mentioned on Twitter, he said they've been in 10th last year, November, December, January.
It's very hard for them to get
Enzo Fernandez came.
He
has
only
not
won-
seen 7th position with Chelsea.
Even the same Enzo, I was told he has just 4 wins. I think it's 4 wins. since he came around. I think it's 4 wins. You guys should try and confirm.
Let me check.
And they've spent
Chelsea fans, Halaand is telling you guys to wake up from the dream.
Wake up.
You are not the Blues of the John Terry eras again.
Your blue is fading.
Wake up. So guys, I want you guys to build me your perfect striker. So I'm going to give you some attributes, and you're going to give me the perfect player who fits into that attribute. So let me start with Prosper. So you build your perfect striker. Movements.
Movement. I would go for movement. I'll go for Cavani.
Oh, exactly what
Edison Cavani.
Yeah,
Wow.
And sorry to cut breaking. Correcting the Enzo situation. Enzo has actually made 30 appearance and has won only 7.
Yeah, just 7. I think it was 7. That's how I asked you to confirm.
Okay. So you have given us movement. Cavani.
Speed. I'll go for speed. Wow. I'll go for. There are so many good strikers that I can't even pick.
Pacey ones.
Can you classify Son as a striker?
You can put a case for him.
I'll go for Kylian
Mbappe. Okay. Eden.
De Jong.
Luke De Jong.
You can't even.
Okay. Finishing.
It has to be one man. It has to be Suarez.
First touch.
Berbatov.
Dimitar. Wow. Dribble.
Dribbling. I'll go for Kane. The short man.
Aguero. Link-up play.
Kane, obviously.
Work rate.
The workhorse. Work rate. I'll go for Gabriel Jesus.
Strength.
Strength. I'll go for the big man himself. Thierry Henry.
Okay, so let me build my own perfect striker. So for movements, I think I would go for Aguero. Love his movement off ball. Speed, I'll go for Darwin Núñez. Heading, I'll go for Kane. Finishing, I'm sorry, but I've seen a lot of people finish his ball very well, but Diogo Jota is very underrated with his finishing. First touch, Dimitar Berbatov all the way. Dribble, wow. I've seen a lot of. I'll go for Fernando Torres with the dribble.
Definitely.
Link up play, I'm going for Kane. The way link up with the Son link up and all of that. Work rate, I'm going to go for Luis Suarez. It's just a nuisance. Just a nuisance. And strength, I'm going to go for Egomaniac Ibrahimovic. He's that strong. So that is my own perfect striker. So Halaand, movement.
I think I'll go with Cavani for
Cavani. Speed.
I'll go with Mbappe.
Okay. Heading.
I'll go with Ronaldo.
Finishing.
In terms of finishing, I think I'll go with very, very technical striker. I'll go with Robert Lewandowski.
First touch.
Definitely Berbatov.
Dribble.
I think we can mention Lionel Messi as a striker.
Just not really
that striker.
I'll go with I'll go with Suarez at Liverpool. Yeah, I'll go with Suarez at Liverpool.
Link up play.
I'll go with Kane, definitely.
Okay. Work rate.
We're running.
Oh, good. Strength.
I'll go with Didier Drogba.
Wow.
I'll go with Didier Drogba.
That's a very, very. So, you tell us which of us has built the perfect striker, and let us know in the comments section. So, tell me one footballer that the street will never forget. One footballer.
For me, that is like the best midfielder I've watched.
I hope you know who I'm thinking of.
The best midfielder I've watched.
Tell us.
All my years watching Premier League is Moussa Dembele of Tottenham Hotspur under Mauricio Pochettino. He name it all, he has it. Name anything, he has it. Musa Dembele.
Okay, Azan.
Well, I'm a bit of Delima here because I have very, very, very good players here.
Chief Delima Ronaldo.
We have the likes of Payet, we have the likes of Tarat, Ben Alpha, Aishabin, Sam Nasri. Thank you.
You should give us one.
I think I'll go with Dimitri Payet.
I personally am going for Etim Ben Arfa.
Ben Afra. But the OGs, real OGs won't forget Dembele.
I think Ben Arfa is that guy. I was thinking he was going to the height of Lionel Messi and the likes.
But you can put a case for Payet. Maybe I should go and check Payet. If you don't know Payet, check Payet today.
So head style where the barbers are always so we get the player by their hairstyle. We show you the hairstyle, you tell us the player. So here we go. This is the first player. So which footballer is this? Take your time to study the haircuts.
Lisandro Martinez.
Pam. That's a point to Azan.
This is not Garnacho's there.
Yeah, he has the same airport. They both, I think, beginning of the season.
The trim looks.
Yeah, it looks Garnacho, but Garnacho has this.
Oh, sorry, you're wrong.
It's Garnacho actually.
Yeah, it's Garnacho.
I mentioned Garnacho.
It's Garnacho actually.
So I know it's either Garnacho
It's
or Martinez.
It's Garnacho.
That trim of that.
It's
No, I know it was actually.
it's Alejandro Garnacho. And the next guy,
Jude.
the Bellingham. That's
This tape is.
that's
classic.
That's 2-0 to Prosper. And this guy, which footballer is that?
Pedri.
No. Check the footballer's hairstyle very well. A tricky call.
What?
Coutinho.
This can't be cut. It gives Pedri in everything.
Right.
It gives Pedri in everything.
No.
Luis Suarez.
No. I'm just going to give you 5 seconds.
Give us a clue.
A country. Definitely.
Okay, a clue. He plays for AC Milan. He plays for
Pulisic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's 2-1.
That's big headed.
So which player is this? Which player is this?
Lautaro Martinez.
That's
I did not get.
that's a big
load.
so it's 4-1 to
3-1.
Prosper.
6-3-1.
And finally which player is this? Take your time to check the player very well.
Dawizi, Darwin Nunes, the Uruguayan at the Caro.
Deal? Okay, so it has been Prosper day today in that guess the player by their hairstyle. Prosper win that segment. So at the end of the segment, I think Azan is still leading now.
Yeah, definitely.
You won the Feeling the Green challenge segment.
No. I left just one spot.
You left. That's true. So before we put the podcast to the close, I want to ask you, there are a lot of games over the weekend. Just give me your prediction. Man City versus Spurs.
Oof. It's going to be a tough game. Man City versus Spurs.
If Mate should come out using Emerson Royal as CB against Manchester City, he should ask Man United what they usually get from Liverpool. That is what he would get. That's what he would get. So I don't expect it to be an easy tie, but I expect Man City to go home with a result.
I also expect City to win because Tottenham are struggling with injuries, and I think it's till January when they will be able to sort few things. They will still be losing that kind of big games. They won't excel in big games. So I see City doing the job easily. What do you think?
I think I'll go with City.
City doing the job. Manchester United versus Newcastle. They'll give us from a fan's point of view.
I'm not even considering what I've seen from the Chelsea game, even with their injuries. I think I'll go with United to get the results. we'll get something out of it. I'll go with United, not from a fan perspective.
Okay, Chelsea.
United.
Okay, Man United,
I want
Newcastle.
to check if it's at St. James Park.
You know, it's home.
It's Old Trafford.
At Old Trafford.
I expect Newcastle to walk away with a draw.
A draw.
Yeah.
Okay, I think they've done it at Old Trafford this season, although not in the EPL. They destroy United at, but I think United are kind of getting that momentum back a bit. So, and I think Old Trafford will be bubbling. I think United will go with a slim victory. United will win. Chelsea versus Brighton.
Giant killers versus the big game players. I see a Chelsea victory.
Same here.
I smell a Chelsea victory.
I think they will respond. That's
But no back on the touchline. I expect a Chelsea victory.
yeah, that's shambolic performance at St. Gates's Park was very terrible. You
Brighton, man. I'll go with Brighton.
go with Brighton.
Brighton.
Okay,
I'm not convinced about Chelsea.
the Italian Serie A race. Napoli versus Inter Milan. Napoli versus Inter Milan.
That would be a tight game.
Inter Milan are having
Napoli
the season of
Napoli are not all that this season.
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen
what I'm
the few of their game, even the game against Atlanta.
And
I saw it, and I'm not convinced.
and this is their second manager this season.
Yeah, and with Izagi's team, like they are just on a different level from the rest of the league. So I expect Inter to get something out of that.
Okay.
I'm expecting a draw at most. Osimhen is back.
So guys, there is this particular term in football that many football fans, let me just put it that way, many football fans don't really understand it. You know, when you talk about it, we have football conversation that you be in football conversation. And I don't belong to that school of thought that you should start a football conversation and along the line you start looking stupid. You start losing it. It doesn't make any sense. So it's very, very right to know all these little things so that when we are arguing, when we are having a football conversation, you'll be able to flex your muscles very well. And I would like us to talk about pressing and counter pressing. Many people mix the word for same thing, and it's two different things.
And then again, Genge pressing, it's a style of play. It's a different thing on his own. So someone who presses doesn't really mean it's Genge pressing.
So let's use the board to explain it. So let's say this team with the ball, they are in possession of this pink team. They are in possession of the ball. So this green team right now, they don't have the ball. So what they want to do is pressure these guys in pink to get the ball from there, and that is press. From the word pressure, just put pressure on the ball, pressure the guys trying to win the ball. You're trying to win the ball. But let's say this team in green, they now win the ball from this team in pink. Then what do the team in pink have to do? They have to counter press.
Possession.
They have to counter the press, just like the English word. They press us and we counter their press back, which means once they press us and we lose the ball, we want to retrieve the ball back. So I think it's just a thing of English words. So the team in green, they came to press the team in pink who has the ball, that is press, and the team in green, they succeeded in their press. So the team in pink has to counter press, win the ball back, and that is where this game pressing of a team comes into play. It's just like counter pressing. It's a German word. For counter press. Just be there when you miss the ball back, fight back like mad dogs and win the ball back. You just look. Teams will come to press you, but how do you want to win it back? And that is, I think, most successful teams, most big teams, they will always counter press. They will press and they will counter press.
Many teams have different press structures.
Yes.
Also, many teams have different press structure. And adding to it, Genge pressing is also another name for heavy metal football, heavy press, and that.
So I think people need to understand that it will help in football conversations. Sometimes you might just be surfing through your phone and you come across football discussions, so you understand what they are saying. So if you're a big fan of DFK podcast, tell somebody that difference between counter pressing and pressing is just the use of English word. It is different. They are two different things. So tell somebody that pressing is not counter pressing. It's two different things. So I'm very glad that we have told people on this podcast
today, and you get more and more as you keep streaming this podcast.
Next segment of the podcast, we're coming with the full tactical analysis, but we want to prepare you guys for the tactical analysis section. So we have the fans trivia question of the week, and of course this week we'll be giving out $90 to 3 lucky winners, which means they will be getting $30 each to three lucky winners. So if you feel comfortable receiving your payment via crypto, it's fine, and we can also pay you to your local bank account via your local current exchange rate. So if you stay in Ghana, you look at the equivalent of Ghanaian cedis to dollar. If you stay in Kenya, you look at the equivalent of Kenya shilling to dollars. So we send it to your local bank account. So now here is the criteria for you to participate in this trivia question. Before you come for us that you won the question, we didn't give you money. You have to go on our YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, take a screenshot that you have subscribed to the channel. Then you come to Twitter, the X app, or if anyhow you want to call it. You go to Twitter, send us a DM with your answer, and send us a DM with that screenshot. Put the screenshot there, put the answer there, and send it to us via DM. So we're going to be selecting randomly. I quote it, randomly. Please quote me, guys. Randomly. We're going to be selecting randomly. We're not using favoritism. We're not using anything. We're going to be selecting randomly. So we're going to be having 3 random lucky winners. So here is the fans trivia question of the week. You guys should get ready. It's not really tricky. In the 1970 World Cup, who scored the famous goal for Brazil in the final against Italy, where he controlled the ball with his chest before volleying it into the net? I'll repeat the question again. It is in the year 1970 World Cup, who scored the famous goal for Brazil in the final against Italy, where he controlled the ball with his chest before volleying it into the net? So if you know the answer, you tell us. And the second question is, who holds the record for the most goals scored in a single calendar year? Those are the 2 questions. The first question is, in the year 1970 World Cup, who scored the famous goal for Brazil against Italy in the final, where he controlled the ball with his chest before volleying it into the net? And the second question is, who holds the record for the most goals scored in a calendar year? So these are the 2 questions we have for you this week. So if you know the answer, go on our YouTube page, subscribe to the channel, take a screenshot of the page that you have subscribed. Then you come to our Twitter page at DFKenny01. DFKenny01 is the Twitter handle. Come to the Twitter handle, send us a DM with the answer of these 2 questions alongside your screenshots. Then you stand a chance of getting yourself $30. Thank you very much, guys, for being a part of this wonderful episode. It has been a very nobody even win the segment. You won 2 segments.
Yeah, one and a half.
One and a half.
One and a half.
You two now 1.5 segments.
No.
So my name is Kenny, and from
Prosper Westman
and
Hassan.
we are saying a very big thank you, and thank you for watching this episode. And guys, do not forget to subscribe on the YouTube channel, turn on the bell notification icon, so that when we drop an episode of the podcast or something very intriguing on the episode on the channel, you'll be the first person to know that. Thank you very much, and stay very, very cool.